Hi, welcome to this channel on magnetic energy technology principles applications. This video is about who's in control. So this is highly controversial and highly unconventional information. If you're offended by this, please forgive me, have patience, because you probably won't agree with everything I'm saying. No one probably will. So who's in control? If you take the most limited perspective, and maybe you take it like a one-dimensional perspective and you just look at society, you could say, well, I mean, the authorities are in control, the government's in control, the military is in control. The world leaders are in control, the secret government's in control, the dark government's in control, the shadow government's in control. You can say all these things. Now, but if you start looking at things interdimensionally and you start looking at like the universal consciousness, the universal mind, and the event lines, as I've talked about, that everyone is attached to, you start seeing very quickly that they're not really in control. So here's the thing. All of us are so connected, so intimately connected to the universal mind that we can't make one decision without that relationship being part of that decision. It's impossible. We can't make any decisions in a vacuum, period. It's impossible. It's impossible to do. And the more you get into this, the more you realize that we are completely connected to the universal mind at all times. So if a decision is being made by some world leader, government, secret government, high top security scientists, whatever it is, military, if they're making a decision that is inconsistent or against the event line or the universal mind that they are connected with, it immediately invokes corrective action from all kinds of different beings. Now, these beings of light, these beings of love, these beings that are interdimensional, they can manifest in our realm if they need to. They have the authority and the power to essentially carry out the event lines that we have agreed upon at a very high level with the universal mind. They absolutely, unconditionally, unequivocally have the authority to do whatever it takes to carry out the directives that are in the universal mind. So, are they in charge? Well, I mean, are they in control? Only to the degree that they are doing their jobs and they are fully authorized and empowered to do their jobs. So to that degree, yes, they do maintain control. They do maintain direction and everything. Now, it's very difficult to comprehend and to understand how the event lines that are endorsed or co-created, if you will, by the universal mind, how on earth are those event lines what they are today in the world? When you look around and you see just the tremendous amount of pain, the tremendous amount of suffering, so much ignorance, the only way that I have been able to reconcile any of that is to look at like the event lines from our planet in conjunction with other worlds across the universe and in conjunction across the universe. And then you can see the balancing energies. So you can see how it all kind of works together in this network that is extraordinary and extremely complicated, but extraordinarily well managed and balanced by the universal mind. No one can exist, nothing, period, can exist in this universe without the universal mind being connected to that existence. So even when you have like dark beings, if you want to call them that, or any type of beings that like people will say, oh my God, those are evil or whatever. Even when you have that, those beings still have event lines in conjunction with the universal mind. So there is still some degree of authorization. Now for those dark beings, if they go outside of the event lines that are agreed upon with the universal mind, they immediately are course corrected by beings of much higher power, beings of light and love that really have pretty much unlimited power and authority to correct any other beings in their actions. So they really do stop a lot that when these other beings try to get like out of control. But it's amazing if you, and it's despicable in a lot of ways. It's absolutely despicable and disgusting from our limited point of view of what is essentially allowed to happen on this planet. And the only way that I've been able to make sense is, like I said, when you compare it, when you look at the bigger picture of the universe and the bigger picture of like billions of other solar systems and worlds and everything, and the balancing energies that take place between the worlds, then it starts to explain it. And then when you look in terms of cycles and the dark cycles, if you want to call it that, or the low magnetic resonance cycles compared to the high magnetic resonance cycles, then it's, you know, it's very interesting. You start to see how it all works out and balances in our like soul awareness, in our higher body awareness. Our entire incarnation is like one day in that awareness. So this entire incarnation is almost like an energy package or an information package that all goes together. So all of the pain, all of the joy, everything for our actual soul bodies, it's a quick snapshot. It's like one day and it all happens. And that's part of the reason why I think people, like, we carry the pain of our lives throughout our entire incarnations oftentimes. And like, we can do lots of healing and stuff, but there's still pain from childhood and stuff that we'll carry through our whole lives, because it's just like it's like one energy package to our soul perception. And so then we have, you know, countless energy packages that are all incorporated, and they all kind of work together and make sense for our soul evolution. The other thing is, who's in control? The awareness and perception and consciousness of it begins to change, or it does change, at every magnetic resonance level. So because as we move up in magnetic resonance and our consciousness expands, our awareness expands, everything expands, we see more vividly our connection to the universal mind, and then we see more vividly how we, in conjunction with the universal mind, are part of what's in control. Like, it's all a big joint effort. So it's all you want to say co-creative, which is a big new age buzzword, but I think there's a lot of truth to that we constantly, every single second, we are intimately connected and co-creating with the universal mind. But the more we become aware of that, the more we can work in conjunction with the universal mind and have what you might call more control over our environment or our lives or our incarnations. It's not really that we have more control, it's just that we're more aware of our true nature and how incredibly powerful we are as the universal mind, as extensions of it, and as being one with it. And so I say, like, who's in control? It's everything. We're all in control, partly because, and you could even say animals and insects are included in this, because they're part of the universal mind as well. They have event lines as well. And they, for all we know, and I'm not even kidding, there could be some insignificant, what we think is an insignificant insect species on this planet that is so unique in the universe that it's the whole reason why we're going to be saved, essentially, from the coming cataclysms and from everything that's coming upon the human race very shortly. So, I mean, it's just, you got to understand that we are so connected to a much larger network. And everything involved in that network, it's all in control. It's all in control at once. And so from that point of view, hopefully the message that you get out of that is, in the true sense of the word, when you think about outside of space and time and dimensions, how incredibly powerful we are, infinitely powerful, connected to the universal mind, that we are all in control together. And that's really important, especially to embrace that with what's coming. And so with that said, I'll see you next time.